So when I was 7 years old, when I was living in Harare, Zimbabwe, we got struck by a severe drought. Now, as I was living through this drought, I got to experience hunger, right? There were nights when I would go to bed on an empty stomach. And I actually know of people who actually starved to death. So it was a pretty tough time. But what was interesting was that we received food donations from organizations like World Vision and a few others. And my father was actually part of a team that would actually take this food that was donated to us and distribute it across the country. He would come back home and he would tell me all these stories that he would see as he was out there distributing food. And one day I asked him a question, which was, "Hey, Dad, where's the food coming from?" And he told me that, hey, there's some people, in America who are entrepreneurs and they're donating a portion of their profits to these nonprofits. And it is through that these nonprofits are able to then bring these food aid back to us in Zimbabwe. So at that point in time, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Now I want to leave Zimbabwe. I want to go to America. I want to be an entrepreneur so that I could give back, because I really felt that these people literally saved my life, right? And millions of other people. So I wanted to be a successful entrepreneur that gives back. So that became my dream. Now, the question is, how could I make my dream, right? That thing that I desired as a 7-year-old become my destiny 10, 15, 20 years later, right? Because for any dream that you have in your life, in order for you to make it a destiny where it becomes reality and it becomes what you are actually living, there's something that needs to happen. And I call it the action bridge. Now, what is the action bridge? The action bridge is when you start taking action towards your dream, right? You're taking action towards your dream, and then you're moving from it becoming a dream to actually now becoming your destiny, right? Because in life, we're given willpower. We can choose to do whatever. Now, what you choose to do with your action or inaction will basically determine if you're going to get there or not. So imagine you have an athletic gift, and perhaps your dream is you want to become an Olympic athlete, right? If you don't train, right? If you don't compete, go to the trials, right? You not taking the action, you not walking on that action bridge, you're not going to get to this destination that you want to get to. But if you have that dream of wanting to be that Olympic athlete, and you take action every single day, working, building, working with your coach, competing, improving every single day, ultimately you stand a much better chance for you to actually then achieve that dream of yours and make it a destiny, right? So taking action, what it does, it turns a possibility into a probability, meaning that you are increasing your higher likelihood of achieving it. Now, what you want to do, right, is you want to fully clarify, like, hey, this is the dream that I want to achieve. But every single day, you want to be thinking about what actions am I taking every single day in order for me to achieve my dream. So I hope it's a useful tip, but as simple as that, right? Taking action is the most important thing that you could do in your life, because procrastination is the number one killer of dreams, right? Because people, we possess the potential, we have the ability to do great things, but when we do not take action and we procrastinate, it then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where that dream of yours just ends up being a dream. And that's why they end up saying that the graveyard is the wealthiest place in the world, because so many dreams are in the graveyard and people weren't able to live out their dreams and make it their life's destiny and actually live a legacy of things that they could potentially do. But that's not you, right? Because you've watched this video and now you're going to really sit down and you're going to think about, hey, what are the dreams and desires of my heart that I want to achieve? But more importantly, you're going to take action starting right now to make your dream your destiny. So in the comments, feel free to write, hey, this is my dream and these are the action steps I am committing to take to start making progress on that action bridge so that I can go from, hey, this is the dream that I have and this is the destiny that I want to arrive, and you actually get there. And for me, it was to come to America and become a successful entrepreneur who gives back. And guess what? I've actually done that. I came to America with $40 in my pocket to study in Florida. Graduated, went into the corporate world, started a business, and now I have multiple businesses. I have a cookie company, I have a sports merchandising company, and a few other things. And at its core, for all the businesses that I have, I give back. So my dream as a 7-year-old of coming to America, becoming a successful entrepreneur that gives back, has become my destiny. And I can only attribute that to taking action. So take care, guys. See you on the next video.